It's still incredibly humid out here. Yeah, I got Don's poor garage floor wet last night, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Well, it's all nice and clean now.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ruby. There's Donnie's got his paper. Wow, it didn't clear up much overnight. Low clouds, really humid air, 76 out there already. Yeah, I'm sure these clouds are going to burn off, but probably not until well into the morning. Well, despite all the low clouds, the downtown area, you can see the taller buildings today. The crane is funky. It's like pointed almost straight up, or I don't know, it's weird. We made good time at 7:14 a.m. We're right in traffic with the FRX bus. There's a green dump truck down there ahead of us, and he's been out on the road with us quite a bit in the mornings too. Well, I got Johnny dropped off. I can't say there weren't any problems in downtown. There was a bus that was broken down in the right lane just by the building under construction. And that really had slowed traffic down. And then there was another slow truck. And then there was a person sauntering across the street at a crosswalk. And yeah, I was glad to get off of Wilmington Street and get Johnny dropped off at the school. But we had a cushion. We had a good cushion. So Johnny was reassuring, Mom, we got plenty of time. We're good. I usually don't get so worked up at 7:30 in the morning. So I'm headed back to the house. And I think Don and I are going to go furniture shopping. You know, we really need to replace our Loveseat. We bought that at Lazy Boy in 2013 when I moved into the house. And conceptually wise, you know, us having a dual reclining Loveseat that was powered, awesome. But quality wise, for a Lazy Boy piece, very disappointing. The springs on both sides have not held up. The fabric on the footrest on my side now has a hole in it. There's a problem with the track on Don's side. It kind of grinds funny. He took one stab at fixing it. Maybe he could take another stab. Lazy Boy really doesn't want parts out there. So I can't recommend the Lazy Boy recliner, because for what we paid for it, for, you know, basically we started having trouble with it probably at 4.5 or 5 years, and now it's been 6 years and it really needs to be replaced. So, you know, we would have been better off buying one that was half the price. It probably would have lasted 5 or 6 years too. I don't know. So we'll be going everywhere but Lazy Boy today. I know I think it's called Infinite Positions. One where you can bring your feet up but your back is still straight. One that also has an adjustable headrest, which will help with me and Don not being the same height. Don tends to have that pillow behind his head because he likes to be more forward. So if we can adjust the footrest, the reclining angle, and the headrest as 3 separate things, and they do make those, I think we'll be a lot more comfortable. And so yeah, so we're going to go up to Furniture Row, which is where Lazy Boy is, out on Highway 70s, sort of between Crabtree Valley Mall and Tesla. And, you know, see what we can find. It's just impossible to buy a piece of furniture online without actually sitting in it. We let that one at Costco go because it was really too big for the room. And it, you know, just wasn't quite right. It had the right mechanism, but it wasn't quite right. So hopefully we'll get lucky. And then like the 4 hours between 10 and 2, when we have to pick up Johnny, we can find something or narrow it down to a couple of somethings. We'll see. I'm home, and since we're going back out, I didn't put Ruby in the garage. I came out to see what kind of trouble these guys were getting into. Hey, Tux. Were you sleeping somewhere? Where were you sleeping? Hi. There you are. You look sleepy. You sleepy? Hi. Aw, good boy. So, in Ruby, you know, this was his idea. He started this with me yesterday. There was an ad in the newspaper that started this conversation.
Well, I think I actually said, hey,
Left.
There's a thing. Why don't you go online and look and see if there's anything? And she goes, well, there we gotta go. I'm like, I didn't say anything.
Yes, he did. He did. I swear. I stand by it. So Don and I are kind of lamenting how sad it is that we keep on seeing these Ford Transit Connect vans, like the one the Tesla guys use, Rangers use sometimes, and NV200 vans. We've seen both so far today. And here in America, they're not electric.
Right. They're not electric.
And, you know, it's one thing to get a homeowner to buy an electric car for their 20-mile-a-day worth of trips. It's a total another thing to get fleets of vehicles that drive hundreds or thousands of miles a week to connect to electric, convert to electric. You know, it just has more bigger impact per vehicle when we can get fleets to adopt them. So please, you know, I think things are coming, but let's get some electric fleet vehicles out there.
Right. I think, you know, if I was Ford or GM or Nissan, I would probably be bringing those, making them available. You know, those fleet sales in the U.S., the amount of money they make on a fleet sale, it's pennies. In fact, they talk about on Autoline Detroit all the time that, oh, the sales numbers are up, but the revenue is down, and it's because all these sales were all fleets. And it's, you know, those commercial people, they drive a hard bargain. Well, I think there's going to be a little bit more margin for a while in the people who come over with electric commercial vehicles. The first ones who has one that's viable and is not outrageously expensive. I mean, Azure Dynamics went out of business in like 2012, 13, 14, and they had electric transit. It was electric. They bought them from Ford, took the gasoline engines out, put electric motors and batteries in them, but they went out of business because of the, you know, basically they had to buy parts that they didn't need, and then of course they had to up their marketing and all that other stuff. So it wasn't a good deal for them. I think if Ford themselves did it, or Nissan, it would be a good thing. In fact, GM remarkets the NV200. They call it their Echo van or something. Well, they should have got the vans from Nissan and had them electric. Then they would have had something to differentiate. You know, Nissan already had the stuff.
But I think you touched on the why there. They don't make any money on the fleet vehicles. There's no wide margin there. They make it on the maintenance contracts to keep the fleet maintenance. And we've known all along that that's you know, it's great that, you know, people like us don't have a lot of maintenance with our electric vehicle, but the dealers don't consider it so great. That's, you know, they've got to make their money somewhere. If they don't make it on the sale, they're counting on making it on the maintenance. So we got to figure this out, though, so that stops being such an inhibitor.
Well, it's my understanding, Mercedes, they announced that van that they make, which is very popular in Europe, and it's electric now, and it has like 100 kilowatt battery, and it can go well over 100 miles, I believe. And they said they are going to bring that to America, and that's a full size. That's not one of these.
Well, we need them now.
Yeah.
Not in 2 or 3 more years, or.
I don't know what the price of it is. You know, I'm sure those vans are expensive, period. A Mercedes, even a gasoline version, is probably very expensive. So it'll be interesting to see what the price on those turns out to be in America for the electric version of that Mercedes vans.
So go Team Red today. Yep, Team Red. We think their license plate is something like gasless. So there's another news article making the rounds about a Tesla driver asleep at the wheel, presumably asleep and on autopilot. You know what? I don't want to hear it anymore, ever again. Like, never. I don't care. Either he's not a good driver for Tesla because he has used some sort of autopilot defeating device, okay, and that's all on him, or he fell asleep by accident, which probably most of us older people have done at least once in our life, and the Tesla saved him, or I don't know, but I don't want to hear about it. It's not news. It's people fall asleep in vehicles all the time. Tired of hearing about it. You people on the Facebook Tesla groups, don't post the articles anymore. Don't want to hear it. All right, Rooms to Go is the first stop. There's lots of other places on the road over here, and I guess you just kind of drive. We're on Furniture, well, I call, yeah, Furniture Row, so we'll see. But this one has kids and outdoor. I really hope you don't have to go all the way to Durham to see regular stuff.
I like this.
Yeah, the little headrests, like, so if you have different height people. But we need one without a center console because that just won't do. I have to be able to sleep on top of Dawn when I nap. So this one solves the problem of you don't want your view through your room blocked unless somebody's actually sitting in the chair. That headrest goes back down flat behind the person. I've never seen anything like it.
Right, this takes care of that issue.
Visibility. Yeah, feeling claustrophobic in your room, I guess. Just say no.
Just say no.
It's got a cup holder on both sides. Huh?
Oh, there we go. It's got LED.
LED, well that might sell me. Anything with a cool LED light.
Oh, and it does raise up.
And the back comes forward.
Yep. It's got a nice. Oh yeah. This could definitely work.
Just say no. We'll find it in the dual reclining love seat and we're good. Don and I both like this one. It's even got storage here. And unfortunately though, in the middle. But the armrest, we're thinking it just doesn't go out quite as far as we would like it to. Like when you're sitting, your hand is on top of the cup holder. We'd sort of like the cup holder in front of your hand. We know nothing about Kirk's Imports Furniture, but this is our next stop. So many things we liked back there, but I find it typical. You find lots of things you like, but they're not all on the same piece of furniture. This is the only one in here that's a maybe so far. It does have a power headrest.
I kind of like the controls. They're a little bit more intuitive. The buttons are bigger. I mean, you could get, yeah,
They called this a Zoe, I thought. Yeah, Zoe leather power reclining love seat with flex steel frame.
Flex steel is questionable.
So we're looking at this Palliser company, and this is their Paragon Recliner, and we like everything about it except that it doesn't have the lumbar support. And I guess Don really wants a center console now, so
Well,
it's just working out that way. And the thing that's selling Don,
it's memory.
2 memory settings.
Okay, so you can get it just the way you want it, and you just walk up and you push the memory button, and it takes you right back to that spot.
I assume you hold it a long time to set it.
Yeah, I imagine.
And you do a gentle touch to
just bump it to activate, but the memory you do the thing to
yeah.
remember.
And you can even change the color of the LEDs on this one.
Yeah, it remembers all that. I don't care anything about the LEDs.
We're really close to having exactly this one delivered. But I wanted to think on it just a little bit. So we picked up Johnny from school, and I just couldn't let looking go today. So dare I say they were actually going to set foot in Lazy Boy after we swore we wouldn't. The guy at Haverty said, what did he say, Donnie?
You just gotta go here because they have every feature known to mankind.
Well, they would have to have every feature, it'd be a good price, and probably give us a drop of blood that this one would last longer than the last one did. But we're gonna look, we're gonna look. So Johnny ended up with a new chair. JB has a new chair to sit in when he comes. Don and I still haven't decided what new love seat we want. So if you want to know if you can get a recliner, a Lazy Boy recliner and a Tesla Model X, the answer is yes. The other half is in the seat beside Johnny. Just don't bring 4 people with you. Only 3. Only 3 people and an empty frunk. So you can load everything from the back into the frunk. You all set back there, buddy? Good. See where we got this other piece over here on the side? Easy peasy. It's all my fault. We've been back over to Kirk's and now we're going back to Lazy Boy one more time. And you'll definitely understand why the title of the video today was the Furniture Shopping Saga. Yeah. So this is what Don and I got, the Pinnacle love seat. Not rocking, but powered, has lumbar support. The headrest will move on it. I can sit up straight with my feet out when I want to, but not. We got the extra foam upgrade, mostly for my feet on the footrest, so I'll never feel wood or anything. And we're getting it in the exact same red that we got Johnny's chair. So there'll be a different style, but the fabric will match. All right, there it is. Maybe with a little cat protection. Our stuff's coming in 6 to 8 weeks if we're lucky.
Thanksgiving. They'll be here by Thanksgiving.